So what if I'm pushing you too far? So what if I'm being ruthless? Dustin's smile slowly faded. If you're not convinced, go ahead and try me. Against a tyrant like this, there was no need for any sense of morality. Kid! Do you really want to risk your life against me? Have you even considered the consequences of failure? General Lewis' face darkened, his entire presence radiating killing intent. He had already taken a huge step back, hoping to resolve the matter peacefully. If Dustin refused to appreciate that, then battle was the only option left. If you want to fight, then fight! What's with all the nonsense? Dustin didn't bother with any more words and simply flicked his hand. Whoosh! A silver needle shot out silently, aiming straight for General Lewis' forehead. Though the attack seemed unremarkable, it carried deadly intent. General Lewis frowned and immediately raised his arm to block. Clang! Sparks flew as the silver needle was deflected, embedding itself into the sand-covered ground. Oh? You've trained in the iron body technique? Dustin narrowed his eyes slightly, quickly noticing the details. Not only was General Lewis a half-step peak grandmaster, but his physique was also incredibly tough. His previous probing attack hadn't even left a scratch. Then again, it made sense. A man who had dominated the battlefield for years and climbed to his current position naturally possessed extraordinary skills. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to escape from the royal estate a few days ago, even after being poisoned with the paralyzing incense. You damn brat! I was planning to let you live, but since you refused to appreciate my kindness, then die. General Lewis' expression turned ruthless as he suddenly drew his blade. With a stomp of his foot, his entire body shot forward like a cannonball, charging straight at Dustin. So fast! Not far away, Lu Jun, who was slumped on the ground, couldn't help but widen his eyes in shock. General Lewis' speed had far surpassed his limits, to the point that he couldn't even see his movements clearly. All he could catch was a blur rushing past. It was clear now. Anyone who could rise to the rank of a top general was no ordinary warrior. Take this! General Lewis closed in swiftly, his steel blade flashing like a phantom as it slashed down toward Dustin's head. Though the attack seemed simple, it carried immense force. The blade cut through the air, distorting the space around it, as if even the darkness of the night itself was being torn apart. As the sword came crashing down, Dustin didn't try to block it. Instead, he twisted his body to the side, nimbly dodging the strike. Whoosh! General Lewis' blade slashed through empty air, but without hesitation, he followed up with a horizontal sweep aimed at Dustin's waist. This counterattack was executed with lightning speed, showcasing his vast combat experience. Dustin reacted instantly, pressing his toes against the ground and leaping backward, narrowly avoiding the second strike. You think you can keep dodging? General Lewis sneered, his blade moving even faster as he relentlessly pursued Dustin. Each strike carried immense force and speed, the angles unpredictable and difficult to defend against. Dustin was forced to continuously retreat, swaying left and right, appearing to be on the brink of defeat. So this is the strength of General Lewis? Impressive! Lu Jun's expression grew serious as he observed the fight intently. Even with his trained eyesight, he could barely follow their movements. All he could see was General Lewis unleashing a storm of blade strikes, ceaselessly attacking. It was clear, when true experts fought, the difference in skill was undeniable. When Lu Jun had fought Dustin earlier, even though he had used all his strength, he couldn't land a solid hit. He had been toyed with the entire time, but General Lewis was different. With his sheer power and rich combat experience, he had taken the upper hand the moment he made a move. His relentless assault was like a torrential storm, impossible to block, impossible to evade. If Lu Jun had been the one facing this onslaught, he probably wouldn't have lasted 3 moves. If his guess was correct, General Lewis had already stepped into the realm of a true grandmaster. No wonder the upper ranks of the Pantheon gods had gone to such lengths to rescue him. A warrior of this caliber was indeed invaluable to them. Kid! Weren't you acting all cocky before? Why are you just dodging now? Fight back if you've got the guts. General Lewis grew more and more aggressive, his blade moving with greater speed and power. Each slash cut through the darkness, leaving behind shimmering arcs of light before plunging into the sea, creating massive waves. Damn it! If you had stepped in earlier, I wouldn't have ended up like this. Watching the seemingly one-sided battle, Lu Jun cursed under his breath. To deal with Dustin, he had wasted an expensive dose of enhancement serum and suffered serious injuries. And all of that could have been avoided if General Lewis had just intervened sooner. Now, even if they won, he had already paid a heavy price, so he couldn't help but resent General Lewis' actions. Brat! Die! After a flurry of attacks, General Lewis had forced Dustin to the edge of the pier. One more step back, and Dustin would fall into the sea. Seeing that Dustin had nowhere left to retreat, General Lewis unleashed his ultimate move. He leaped high into the air, his steel blades suddenly glowing with an intense brilliance. In the next instant, the blades' glow extended outward, forming a massive 10-meter-long sword projection. Then, with the force of a collapsing mountain, he slashed it down toward Dustin. This attack was unstoppable, carrying a terrifying power that could crush anything in its path.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to me.